oh, the way I'm going to dispose of this body and get away with this, don't do it in your house. Hello? Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Amazon Prime show 56 Days. Please hook me up and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. Spoiler alert, I'm going to be talking about the plot and, definitely spoiling big events and spoiling the entirety of the thing. So if you have not seen the show, check that out first, then come back and watch this video. Or if you don't care, go ahead and watch it. So let's get into it. All right, so this is a new show that just came out starring Dove Cameron, and I'm going to butcher the name. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. I've seen him in like one or two other things, but Avan Johia? I don't know, and I'm sorry. Yohia? I don't know. The show just came out on Amazon Prime. It is kind of like a mystery thriller type of show, romance, I guess, kind of in there as the main focus of it too. And just the general plot overview, kind of a body in the beginning, the body is found in a bathtub, kind of like melting away. So it's like just a skeleton and it's just all like dissolving. And that's modern day. And then it goes back in time, 56 days. And you see the story of this guy and this girl meet each other. So there's kind of a mystery. You don't know who the body is. As things progress, you start to see, the implication is, it's probably one of these two. One of them killed the other and disposed of the body in the bathtub like this. And so now we're seeing this jump back and forth between the modern time and, however many days ago as it progresses, and you kind of start to unfold who was killed, who's the body, who was the killer, all that stuff. So like I said, the actors, I named the two lead actors, both very good. I've seen, Dove Cameron's kind of a Disney girl. I think that's mostly what she's done. She was in this musical show that I can't think of the name of with Keegan-Michael Key. That was pretty good. It was a pretty good show. And she was decent in that, but it was kind of a small part in that. But she's maybe most known for the Descendants musical movies, which she's not in anymore, but she was in 3 of them. And then the other guy, he was in one of the Resident Evil movies, the like standalone one, not the Mila Jovovich ones, the Welcome to Raccoon City. He plays Leon, weirdly. He plays Leon Kennedy, and then in this show he plays a character who he changes his name to like hide his identity or whatever, but his last name is Kennedy in this also, so it's kind of weird that he plays someone with the last name of Kennedy in the 2 things I've seen him in. But he was good. He's a good actor. She's a good actor. I think the performances were good, and the supporting actors were decent. The detectives, I'll get into that a little bit later. Wasn't really feeling the actors or the characters, but I mean, they weren't bad actors. It just, although the guy, I think you can make an argument that the guy was kind of a bit like certainly not a good actor. By the way, the Poison Oak, okay, it's gone, it's clearing up, but some scarring basically. I'm just like, I'm just forever have these like scars. Hopefully they clear up. I don't know if they will. Let's hope they do. I don't want to have red spots all over my friggin' arms. Okay, back to the show. So pretty unique mystery, or like, creative enough that it was intriguing and made for a good show where, they start off with there's a body. It's unidentifiable because it's melting away. Who is the body? Who killed them? Now let's advance it through time to catch up to the modern day to see what unfolds and what happened, who the body is and who the killer was. I pretty much the whole time expected, like, it can't just be as simple as, maybe not the whole time, but after a few episodes I was kind of like, I kind of doubt it's either one of them. Like, I bet something happened. They'll like throw little clues in here or there, like her piercing like was like found in the bathtub, and then later then there's a flashback where it shows her like put the piercing on the sink or whatever, so you're like, oh, that was her. It's like, oh, does that mean it's her body in there, or was she putting the body in there and then it fell off in there, which I guess is ultimately what happened. But I started getting the sense, I was like, I don't think either one of them killed the other. Turned out I was right, and we'll get to that. But yeah, just they did a pretty good job of like unfolding the story slowly, then revealing and explaining things. Like some of the things were kind of muddy as you're going along, where you're kind of like, I found myself being like, should I know more about this? I'm kind of not 100% clear on like the situation that you're dealing with right now. And then you get to episode 7 and there's like a huge flashback. Almost the whole episode is like a flashback to when they're younger. And so the whole thing of like why they meet or how they meet, it's all planned, staged. A long time ago when he was a kid, he was in this incident where a kid got killed, and he's kind of responsible for the killing, but you don't really know anything about it because they just allude to it and don't really talk about it. And then he kind of leaves and assumes a new identity to kind of hide and get away from that. And she turns out to be the sister of one of the other guys involved in the killing, who you don't really know what's up. Like, so everything seems kind of, you're just kind of like not really clear on like, should I be understanding this, or I guess maybe did I miss something? But no, I think it's just intentionally that way. It's a little murky until you get to episode 7, where they flash back to when they're kids and they show that fight and the killing. And then Dove Cameron's character is a little girl, the sister, and everything kind of starts to make a lot more sense when you kind of see all that and you get the whole picture. But essentially, homeboy, the lead guy, does kill. He's trying to help Dove Cameron's brother, who's getting attacked by this guy. Kind of like, not self-defense, but friend defense, jumps in there and is fighting with the guy and then ends up killing him. The brother of Dove Cameron like takes the rap for it, and I don't know that I was 100% clear on that of like why, because the lead character Oliver he like writes a letter to the kid, and he's like in jail, and he's like wanting to like take the blame for it and take responsibility. But there's this therapist, or who was like a teacher, or I don't even know, but he acts as his therapist going forward, takes the letter and doesn't even deliver it to him. He's like, no, I don't want you to screw up your life. And he stops him from doing that. That therapist plays into the plot later for sure. So Dove Cameron's character is just grown up and thinks that he killed this guy, and not like her brother didn't do it, he did it, which is the case. So she's trying to get revenge for the whole situation of like what he's done to the family by having her brother go to jail and whatnot. And then just ends up, I guess, just falling in love with him, and that's why she like forgives it. But yeah, I think she just basically just falls in love with him from trying to do this revenge plot, and then it just kind of doesn't really work out, and she just likes him, I guess. And then the whole time he's talking to that therapist guy, like in the modern day, well, not in the very modern day, but like in the past, the incident where he was a kid, where he killed the kid. As he's grown up, he's like continuing to talk to this guy, and he's like advising him or helping him or whatever. And then quite frankly, I don't really remember or like know why he was just perceived as being so shady with what he was doing. I don't know if, like, I guess because he was not allowing Oliver to go take responsibility for it. Dove Cameron's sister character like hates this therapist guy. I guess she like knows about that. I don't know. Some of these details are kind of like I don't really remember, or like went over my head or something. But ultimately the therapist comes over to the house. They're like living together, and it's kind of like telling him like she's not who you think she is. You need to get out of here with her. Like, don't be with her. And then she comes up behind him and thwaps him on the head with a something that knocks him, not just knocks him out, but murders him and kills him. And then they dispose of his body in the bathtub. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then that's what happened. And then they run off together and happily ever after have a kid, and they're just chilling after that. So yeah, overall it was pretty good. Like, I was definitely surprised. I didn't expect this to be as good as it was. It wasn't like the greatest thing on the earth, but it was decent. It's 8 episodes long. They're like 45 to 55 minute episodes, so it's not too bad. So you can kind of get through it. It's engaging enough where you're kind of learning things as you go along. It's doing the flashbacks and then back to the modern time where the detectives are doing absolutely nothing to solve this case. Like, there's almost zero of them trying to solve the case, and it's more just about this female detective's like relationship with this drug dealer CI guy. Yeah, I'll just jump in on that right now. The detectives sucked. Super whack, annoying, dumb characters. I didn't like the actors. I didn't like the characters of these two detectives. That was definitely the weak point of the show for me, was that. Like I said, the whole time they were focusing on them, it was just mostly about, like, she was, like, seeing this CI guy and having this inappropriate relationship with him, and then the other detective, like, somehow, because he's an idiot, frankly, but, like, somehow catches her, or, like, catches on to the fact that this is happening, and then calls her out on it, and then they talk, and then it's kind of like, okay, I won't do that anymore. And it's just kind of like, what? I don't know. I feel like all that was to then at the very end, so quickly in passing, like in a split, like 2 seconds scene, like mention, was like, I think, I'm not even 100% sure on this, but it seemed like this is what it was, is that they pinned the murder of the body that they find melting in the tub on this guy. It's like, oh, here we go. We pin it on this dude. And that's how our lead characters like get away and it's all good. I think that's what they did. And I think that is dumb, and it just, I don't know, that aspect of it I think was stupid. But getting to that whole part too of them getting away with it, the sister of Dove Cameron like tells them about like, oh, okay, like to dispose of a body you can do this, like get all this stuff and like put it in the bathtub and melt it away or whatever. It's like, okay, here's my deal with that. What are we doing? You're doing it in your home. If you're gonna kill someone and then melt, oh, the way I'm gonna dispose of this body and get away with this, don't do it in your house. Hello? The cops are coming to your house and be like, oh, there's these people have run away and there's a bathtub with a dead body in it. Obviously, they did it. One of them did it. Like, right? Like, what the heck? Like, I just don't understand. Why would you not attempt to try to hide the body or do something and get rid of it? Like, so now it's just like, okay, enjoy being on the run for the rest of your life because they know it's obviously you. Maybe I'm missing something with that, but that just seemed kind of stupid. Like, why was that the immediate go-to of like, oh, let's just melt this body, leave it in our house, and then we'll just run away? It's kind of weird. I don't know what that was about. Another real quick note of a thing that I don't know what that was about is the termites. Like, in the beginning when she's like playing him and lying to him and trying to like get into his life to like get her revenge plot going. So they meet, they're like dating a little bit, and then she wants to be able to move in with him to kind of advance this whole thing and steal money from him. That's the deal. She has termites in her apartment. She wants him to come over there, see the termites, be like, oh, they have to tent the place. Like, I'm not gonna have anywhere to live for like a couple weeks. Like, and hope that he would be like, oh, come stay with me, which does happen. But there's termites. There are termites there, okay, in the corner. She goes and she like, there's a scene where she's like picking them up, getting them onto a like a little thing, and then like moving it over and like putting it over here in the other corner. Why? There's already termites. You can show him that, he can see that and believe that there are termites. You didn't have to put them over there. Also, like, he's like, you know what? I don't believe that there are termites and this needed to be tented if it's only over there. But, whoa, man, I see them over there too. There's 2 areas with termites. They got to tent the place. Yeah, what? Like, wildly unnecessary, weird, just, you know, small nitpick, small scene, but like, just, I thought that was laughable that like she went through the lengths of moving termites over to the other spot. One last comment to make is it's called 56 days. Okay. They're, you know, first 5 days are like meeting and then getting super intimate and advancing that quickly. And then like, you know, to day 10 to day 20, they're like living together and we're uncovering more about their backstories and their motives and things like this. It gets to day 32, things pop off. Day 33, day 34, those 3 days, like the meat of the whole situation of him learning she's lying, all this stuff coming to light, the murder of the therapist guy, all that stuff is in like days 32 to 34. Those 3 days, it's like all concentrated into that. And then it's called 56 days. How did it get to day 56? What? Because all of a sudden then after day 34, they're like on the run. So I guess 56 days is when they find the body. So it's been melting for that like week and a half or whatever. But when I look at the like synopsis of this show, it's like, oh, this relationship that lasted 56 days, implying that someone murdered the other one after 56 days. No, it was 34. So call it 34 days. Or, you know, that was again probably a small nitpick, but I think that's just kind of weird and dumb, and they don't have anything going on from day 34 to day 56. But whatever, who cares? Small thing. All right, for my rating, I gave this thing a 8.4. You know, it was definitely a pleasant surprise. I think 8.4 is a reasonable rating for something. It wasn't, you know, stop the presses, go watch this now. It is incredibly good. It's an all-timer. Certainly not. I would not put it up there. But it was above 8 for sure because it was good. It definitely was engaging. It held my interest. It made me want to continue watching to see the next episode, to see what was happening, to unfold this mystery, see these flashbacks, gain more of an understanding of what was going on. And yeah, it kind of made this a binge-worthy gem. So I would recommend it. I think if you got nothing to watch or you're looking for something, like, you know, don't put your life on hold to go check this out. It's not that great, but it is like, oh, if you're sitting there scrolling and looking for something to watch, check this one out. It was good. I recommend it for sure. So that's it for my review of 56 Days on Amazon Prime. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let me know if you saw this, if you liked it or you didn't like it, if you agree with any of the stuff I said. Stay tuned. Until next time.